G'day and welcome back to this week's Aviation News Roundup. First up, Emirates Group's half-yearly performance data has come in. In the first half of the 2021 financial year, Emirates has reported a loss of $3.4 billion US, which is much more down on last year's profit of $235 million US dollars. This massive loss coincides with the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, with aviation travel restricted greatly. Management staff at Emirates have attempted to reduce costs, which include an overall operation cost reduction by 52% and capacity decrease by 67%. Such measures can only go so far, with the retirement of 3 Airbus A380s. This is part of Emirates' long-term sustainability plan, an Emirates spokesperson said, with the aim to improve efficiency, emissions footprint, and improve customer experience. This target set by Emirates Group can be achieved through newer aircraft from the Boeing and Airbus companies, including the Airbus A350 and both the Boeing 787 Dreamliner and currently in development Boeing 777X. The aviation industry is at a halt, and this is the perfect time for Emirates, a cash-strapped company, for restructure, moving forward into a COVID-19 free aviation market. Now to the local Australian domestic airline Airlines. A bit of background on this airline. Airlines is a Brisbane-based airline of whom operate both civilian passengers and miners across Australia's major and rural cities and towns. The initial fleet consisted of older aircraft including the Fokker 50, 90 and 100 series aircraft. From a statement released by Alliance, the company recorded a 2020 yearly profit of $40.7 million Australian dollars. This influx in profit margin increased demand for rural domestic travel, and the Alliance spokesperson Mr. McMillan said, "There hasn't been a new Fokker aircraft in the last 20 years, which has prompted Alliance management to invest in the purchase of acquiring 13 Embraer E190 aircraft, formerly of Copper Airlines, at a cost of $79 million US per unit. The first E190 touched down in Brisbane from Costa Rica on the 29th of October 2020, looking to begin entering service on domestic Australian routes from late December, moving into early January 2021. From one Australian domestic operator to another, and Sydney Bankstown-based airline Pion Air has just acquired delivery of a brand new Embraer E190-100 LR long-range aircraft. This joins Pion Air's current fleet of quad-engine cargo British Aerospace BA-146 aircraft. This move coincides with the strategy to diverge the company between cargo and passenger operations. The long-range variant of the E190 also enables a potential market share with travel to the Pacific from Australia. Within the coming months, it will be clearer whether or not Pion Air will be able to compete with both REX and Airlines in the domestic rural aviation sector. Speaking of REX, the former rural-based airline has just received ownership of its first Boeing 737-800 from Virgin Australia. This aircraft is the first of 5 Boeing 737s to be delivered to REX, as the airline looks to begin bringing competitive economy seat pricing for passengers from Qantas and Virgin Australia. The aircraft has already been seen flying around Australia, which is reported that an agreement was made between REX and Virgin Australia management to position current Virgin Australia 737 type-rated captains to fly the aircraft, with some REX Sub 340 pilots making the step up to achieve their 737 type rating, to assume first officer role once the 737 is painted in the REX livery. Now, it's that time of the show for the qualifying lap news. Aviation Airlines announces merging with Korean Airlines. The FAA ungrounds the Boeing 737 MAX. Norwegian Airlines files for bankruptcy protection, looking for financial restructure of its assets. Qantas CEO Alan Joyce proposes no vaccination, no fly rule for international routes. Etihad Airlines announces biometric facial recognition for check-in. And Jet Airways looks to Calrock Capital Consortium for revival. Thanks for listening to this week's Aviation News Roundup, and make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and stay tuned for next week's video.